That YouTube. It's me. So that's my love signal. Again, my cat is acting crazy. So this is my wedding series video number 21. I have my little cheat sheet on a piece of paper. Yeah. So I'm still so excited for my wedding planning. So I feel like how many days do we have left? Let me see how many. What is the wedding count now? I think that's a new thing that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do like every time I'm on here, I'm gonna do a whole wedding count. So I have 1 year, 178 days, 16 hours, 1 minute and 34 seconds. So what that means is I have 17 months, 4 weeks, 16 hours, 1 minute, 16 seconds. So I don't know if you guys can see it this better. Is this way better? There you go. 17 months, 4 weeks, 0 days, 16 hours, 1 minute and 4 seconds until my wedding day. So anyways, let's start talking. Let's get along with this video. I hope this video won't be so long, but I feel like it's going to be between short and long. So, I mean, it's already almost 2 minutes and I haven't talked about anything yet. So anyways, so the first thing it's going to do is what happened this weekend. So what happened this weekend is that I don't even remember if I told you about how we were looking at a wedding photographer / videographer online with that whole $1,299 deal. However, that deal fell through because I think it was Friday. Yeah, Friday, like afternoon time. We wanted to get like a last call in before we decided if we wanted to go with them. So we got a call. We called them and we set up like a conference call because my fiance was at work and I was at work, and so we had a conference call on our cell phone. I was walking to work, my ears and everything, my earphones and everything, my earpods and everything. So I was like, trying to get a feel of them until my fiance asked the question. So the main purpose of it is you and the photographer have a good relationship from the get-go. So my fiance asked her, when are we able to meet the photographer before we make a choice and sign you up? She told us you're not going to meet your photographer until 9 to 6 weeks before your wedding. We were like, what? Like, that is really stressful because my wedding is not until August of 2019, and that's like next year, almost 2 years. So I have to take this. It's giving me a really bad sweat in there. So we were like, we'll get back to you on that and see what we want, if we like it, and this and that. So me and my fiance automatically nixed it. Like, we were like, no. So then it was Friday night when my fiance went on to then we were like, we were still deciding, like, should we go with them and anything like that. So the lady with the company, she sent us his profile and his portfolio, and she gave us the name. So my fiance went on to the Thumbtrack, this app right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Thumbtrack. So he went on to that website to see the rating of the photographer that she suggested. So we looked at the rating and he had good ratings. So, and his portfolio was really nice. So we were like, you know what? Let's meet him. We never know. We might like him. It's just because she was gonna she was gonna set us up with him 6 to 9 weeks before our wedding. What if we didn't like him? So it was all my fiance's idea of trying to find out if we can meet him off of that company. So like he works for that studio. Like, so say an example, like they give you deals online. My eyes is like going crazy right now. They give you a deal and then they go fix you up with the company, and then the company, oh there it goes, I was looking for that eyelash. So that company would meet, fix you up with the person, with the photographer, videographer. So we were like, okay, cool. At first we were like, that sounds like a plan. Like you can get video and photography, 10 hours for $1,200. So we were like, wow, that's a really good thing. But there was a gimmick. So anyways, so behind the company's back, we set up a meeting with that photographer from that company, but we pretended that we don't know about that company. We pretended that we don't know anything about that about that company. So we set up an appointment on Saturday. I mean, like Friday we spoke, we texted him, and then my fiance spoke to him, and we had an appointment with him on Saturday. So we went Saturday to Starbucks. That's where our meeting spot was at. Me and him were sitting there. It was, mind you, it was pouring rain. I was soaking wet from like knee down. My sneakers were soaked. My socks were soaked. His sneakers were soaked. His jacket was soaked. We had a small umbrella that turned upside down. It was crazy. It was literally pouring this whole weekend. So anyway, so then we sat down in Starbucks. We had, there was no tables available. Then we saw a guy that didn't have any Starbucks with him sitting in the back chair. So we told the people, like the manager, is there any way that we could, we have to sit down because, we're a customer, we're paying customer, we had Starbucks and everything like that. So she had to tell the guy, I guess I felt bad for him because he was kind of homeless and he was sleeping there, so in Starbucks, which is kind of unsanitary and unfair to a paying customer. So I mean, I was just telling to the manager, like, is there any way that I can sit somewhere because I'm gonna drink my coffee and I have an important meeting? So she's like, I'll just tell him to, move. And so all of a sudden, these two other couples, like the other people, stood up because they were leaving. So we were like, forget it, let me sleep, and we have this table. So we sat at that table waiting for the photographer from that company, but we went behind their company's back and interviewed that person, because that person, if we went with them, we would have not known him for 6 to 9 weeks before the wedding. So, and I'm glad that we kind of did that, and I'll explain why. So after we waited for him to come to Starbucks, he walks like back and forth, like, because we weren't sure if that was him. He went to the bathroom. We weren't sure if that was him or not, because we were like, he kind of looked like the guy in the picture that we saw online, and kind of not. The one that we met was kind of scrawny. The one that was online was kind of muscular. So I don't know. It was a little strange. So he came and he sat. We were like, my fiance was texting like, and he's like, I'm here in Starbucks. I'm in the back. So he came back in the back and he said, oh, is this so and so? And this is so and so. We're like, yeah. And they were like, oh, I'm so and so. I'm not gonna say his name, and I'm not gonna say the company's name because they have a business and I don't wanna like mess up with their business. So we were like, oh, okay, no problem. So he sat down, like legitimately, like he was like a scrawny guy, like unfit. He was like just like with his nose up in the air and everything like that. So he was like, came with 2 papers. Okay, so here is photography, which was $1,500, and then videographer, which is $2,000. So we were like, wait, but I thought it was together, like a package deal. They're like, oh no, it's not like that. It's just one and one. So he's talking $3,000 for it. So then we wanted to know about his personality, like get to know him, and he's like, well, I don't really like photography. I just do it on the side to get the money. So basically what I'm gonna do is, like, if I do your wedding, you just give me the money and I'll just show up and take your whole thing, and then 3 days later I'll send you all the stuff that you need and we'll be done. And the way he did it was like that with his hands and his heads. We were like, listen, that's not the way you're supposed to talk. You're not professional. Like, yes, to you it might not be like a thing that you're interested in. Like, I had a vibe that he's not really interested in photography and videographer, especially for weddings. Like he was talking about like his modeling gigs, like he did models and blah blah blah. We were like, we're not interested in that. We were interested in how you're gonna take a picture of the day, videos and all that stuff. Then he kind of showed his portfolio, like his online. He didn't have a book, but online. And me and my fiance were looking at each other like, and like we were kind of texting each other. Like I had my phone, all nonchalant, like I know how to text without looking. So, and then my fiance was recording him, which was a scary moment because I was thinking he was gonna notice it. Anyways, so when he checked online, like when my fiance checked online, he legitimately, like the pictures that he was showing us online was from a magazine. Like he didn't even take those pictures, like because how we figured it out is because when we went online, the same exact pictures on the same order. So like if you Google wedding pictures, the same pictures that he showed us was on Google. So like in the exact order. That's how we know that he just Googled wedding pictures, and he's like, oh, this is my picture. So when I asked him questions about those pictures, I was like, oh, when did you take this? Where did you take it? It was cute couple. Tell me a little bit about he couldn't tell me because he didn't take the picture. So it was a little weird. So then I felt like he had like, not to be mean to all those people who suffer in this type of disease, but I feel like he had like Tourette syndrome. Like he was like, oh, like like it looked like something fell, and then he looked like, and there was nothing there. So like we were like really kind of iffy about him. So I knew him off the bat. Like I knew as soon as he sat down, I knew like something is not right with this dude. So then we were like, and then we were like, he explained everything and what do you do for lighting, and if you have an emergency thing, like do you have backup? He was like, yeah, I have backup. All I just do is take 2-3 cameras with me and a flash, and I put the flash up, click, 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 and you give me the money, and that's it. And I felt like he just kind of like crumbled it up in a piece of paper and just threw our dreams out. So we were like, eh. So then we spoke for like about an hour and 15, hour and a half. So we were like, he looked a little weird to me. So we were like, eh. So then we told him, okay, we'll get back to you, and we finished the thing. So he didn't even want to go outside with us, like walk us out. Like he's like, okay, we're finished. Like we were like, okay, nice to meet you. So we got up and he sat there and he wanted to order some coffee or tea, whatever. But he's like, okay, so my fiance, we'll keep in touch with you and let you know if anything, if we had any questions. He's like, yeah, no problem. Okay, bye. So I felt like he didn't really care. Like he's not a really person from the heart. And then he was criticizing like other photographers, like photographers don't know what they're doing, they don't need this type of camera. I'm like, babe, you look like you're like young, and you look like you like don't really care about this profession. So we had a really bad taste in my mouth. So we walked from that Starbucks, we walked so much discussing what he was talking about and like everything, and we knew like he was like, no. Then my fiance had an idea to go back on Tom Track. So this is my new favorite app for my wedding, and I'll explain what in the next category. So I was like, okay, cool. So my fiance went on Thumbtack. He was like, blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden, this guy named Larry from Long Island texts us back or email us back like, oh, blah 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 blah. Here's this package. Here's that package. Blah blah blah. So we were like, oh, okay, unlimited photos, unlimited video and then he'll give us the DVD or book for $1,700. So we were like, I hope this is not another like phony photographer. So we were like, then my fiance called him and then talked to him, and we were like, we really wanted to see your work and so forth. So he was like, no problem, I mean, which I understood this, but he lived way out in Long Island, so he didn't really want to come to Manhattan to show in the rain to show his stuff and talk about his stuff. So me and my fiance had a compromise. So we went over there to Long Island. So we took the LIRR. It's crazy, pouring rain. Then the LIRR went halfway. Then we had to take a shuttle bus, 45 minutes from the train station to the diner that we met up. But it was pretty far, so it was like a 2-hour commute. So we were like, you know what? It was okay. We were just kind of like in a pickle. We wanted to figure out this video and photography whole whole thing, whole thing. So we were like, so we went up there and we met him. So he picked us up in this nice Escalator. It was like a huge golden, grayish gold. So hard to explain, but it was grayish gold. So I was like, he looks legit. And so he was cute. He has red hair and a red beard and stuff like that. So he was like, he got out of his car, shook our hand, professional. Got out of the car, shook our hand, hold the door for me, let me in, closed the door behind me, and started talking. So then she drove us to the diner, and we sat down, and then he was like, oh, the food is on me. Like, I'll pay for the food because you guys came here. So we were like, oh, okay, great. But, me and my fiance were like a little bit uncomfortable because A, you're a stranger, we don't know you. And B, we feel uncomfortable that you have to pay for our food. So basically, he got french fries and I got a bagel. So we didn't really want to spend too much money for him. And, we felt uncomfortable too. And, we didn't really fit into that type of neighborhood. You know what I mean? So we were like, it's cool. So we sat down, he discussed everything. So he was so nice. So he was like telling us that he's been doing this for 25 years. And my fiance, he got a good vibe from him. Like, he was like, and he told us that he can use a drone if he want. And we told him what place we are getting married at. And he was like, oh, I know that place. I've been there many times. Beautiful place. I know where to go for pictures. I know where to pose you for picture. This and that. So I said, okay, cool. And then he came up with, so I will give you for free a whole engagement photo session. So upon that engagement photo session, but we didn't tell my fiance's brother because he kind of does like photography for fun. So what we were gonna do, we were gonna pay him $50 to do our engagement photos, and then we can print it out and take it to Dwayne Reed or something and print them out. But he suggested that we get a free engagement photo, which is like we have to go to him. So he has his place. He has a business, and we will go to his place, and then he'll take us by the water in Long Island and take pictures in there professionally. So he'll give that for free. Then he said he will give the what his company does is that you have a pre-wedding photo shoot, and then you have the wedding, in the wedding day. You have the pre-wedding stuff, and then you have the wedding. So normally the pre-wedding stuff is separate. He gives that first for free. So basically he's gonna take video and pictures of me getting my hair done, taking video and pictures of me getting my makeup done, taking video and pictures of me of getting dressed, my mom there, blah blah blah, all the bridesmaids and all that stuff. So, and then we will take pictures before the ceremony, and of course after we get married. So then he was like, I'll give you that for free. Then I was telling him that, the kind of deal breaker, which is really hard to find these days. Long time ago it happened that way, that was fine. But these days you can't really find it. So I like the way when they do video, they edit it. So they take like 10 hours of video and they cut it down to 1 hour. I make it with the music. I like that, like a little cinema slide thingy, like a video. I like that. I want that. That's a part of the package. But then I also wanted to include, but he said he don't do it anymore, but he did it. He's going to do it for us. If you're going to shoot 10 hours of video, I want that 10 hours of video. So I wanted the edit part and the unedited part. So he's like, no problem. I can do that. I'll give it for you for free. So he's going to give us a free engagement photo session. He's going to give us the pre-wedding session. And then he's going to give us the free raw video, which is really cool. And it's much cheap. I mean, it's not that cheap. It's like $1,700, which is not bad. It's a little bit more than what that website is from that other people. So we were like, you know what? We definitely want to book you. So we booked the photographer and videographer. He was so happy for us. He said he couldn't wait to start doing our video and photography. So the next thing, the whole wedding planning I done. So on Sunday, we went to the venue to pay another deposit. So we sat down with our wedding manager, like the person that we give the money to, and if we have any questions, we speak to them, blah 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 blah. So we were sitting there, and he was like telling us, oh, you look kind of stressed, and we were like, we're starting to get a little stressed out. We really are looking forward to, we just like everything and organized, and like we like everything like together quick. So we were telling him we were looking, if he had any suggestions on a wedding planner. So he's like, "Come, guys, you don't really need a wedding planner." We were like, I explained to him like what I explained, like I don't have time to do anything myself or any decorations or any flowers. He's like, "Listen, I have a list of." So he gave us a list of florists that does decorations. So there was a couple of them that he gave us. So we looked at the review. There was one that really stood out. Some good and some bad reviews, but no business is perfect. So he said, "You don't need a wedding planner. I have a florist, but then the florist can decorate." So we were like, "Really?" Because our impression of a florist and my fiance's impression of a florist is that they come, just put the centerpiece on the table, and they go. So they have certain criteria where when you give a florist, some florists, they do decorations with it. So if you ask them, "Oh, can you put vase, and if you want tablecloth, if you want this, if you want that," they do a whole decoration, which is perfect. That's exactly what I want. So he gave us a few names, and then that new app that I told you, which is, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's Tom Track. It's a good app. So what you do is that you enter the business name, and then you look at the reviews and look at the experience, and you can message them. So we were like, cool, we can do that. So we were looking at two different florists. One is more in the cheapy side, and the other one is a little bit more expensive. So we decided to go to the expensive one better. So we were like, you know what, let's just email them and see what they say on that. And so then they sent me a message right away saying that we're open. We surely would gladly sure to do your wedding, blah blah blah. You have to make an appointment so we can sit down and talk about your vision. So I was like, yay, perfect. So then me and my fiance were like, you know what, maybe if this works out, maybe we can nix the whole wedding planner thing. So we were kind of excited. So we did not know that. If any brides out there that did not know that florists can decorate your table, sweetheart table. So we were like, if we're gonna do that, then we're gonna do ceremony, reception, cocktail hour, everything, bridal suite, everything decorated for me and my fiance and the guests to enjoy. And it's not that expensive. Like if you would hire a wedding planner, that's like $2,000 to $4,000, and we were looking and we can never not find the right one and so forth. So we were like, this might not be a good thing to have a wedding planner, but we're gonna look at that option first before we totally nix the wedding planner. So yeah, we're going to soon, in about 2 to 3 months, we're gonna go and visit or make an appointment with the florist. So ideas. So the idea is that me and my fiance were talking, and we were like discussing like scheduling. So like right now, like this month we booked a videographer. So in 2 to 3 months we're gonna book a florist, and then 2 to 4 months there we book something else, and then by the time the wedding finishes, we are okay because we're doing payment stall. We're not paying right away. We're not paying in full. We're just doing installments. So like this month we'll pay. So the next payment that excuse me. The next payment that we have is the DJ. So we're gonna contact the DJ, make another payment, and then by that time it's like balancing it out, which is cool. So the next thing that I'm gonna be doing is April. I'm going to start shopping for what will be my bridesmaids box proposal gifts. Yeah, so I have ideas about that. Like some of my bridesmaids are away in another state or country, and some of them are here in New York. So like my fiance's sisters, 2 sisters, they are here in New York, so we'll hand deliver the box. But for the other people, it's going to be a surprise. And then I'm also going to send out the box for the flower girls. I'm going to send the boxes for the ring bearers. I'm going to send the boxes for the sign boys. So sign boys is the ones that hold the sign that says, "Here comes the bride." So I'm going to make up a sign, a beautiful glitzy sign. I'll make it myself, and the boys are going to carry it out before I come out. So then I'm going to have ask that, and then I'm going to ask the junior groomsman, which is my cousin, to be with my junior bridesmaids together so they can walk down the aisle. So I have all my bridesmaids, which is 6 bridesmaids, 1 junior bridesmaids, 2 flower girls, and 2 ring bearers, right? So that's 11, 12, and then 2 signed 13, 14 people to do gifts. So that's going to take me about 2 months, 2 to 3 months, and I'm going to be mailing all these stuff, and some of them I'll be giving away. So we were like, okay, so then by that time, wedding season is starting, and you can get like really cheap stuff in Michael's. So I'll go to Michael's and find the boxes, find everything, find the stuff, go on Etsy and find some things that I can just throw in together, and yeah, it would be cool. Then after that, by that time we will definitely have a florist. The next thing after that, then it will be like starting to look for a wedding dress. Like start to look, because it would be like, oh no. Would I start? No, but okay, then April, May, June. So May, June, yeah, I'll start like looking at like pictures of wedding dresses and all that. We still have to book transportation. We still have to do a lot of stuff for the wedding. So don't trust me. This series is gonna be very long. A lot of videos. So like my videos for the series is like, in one thing comes up, I'm making a video. So I'm not gonna do like one video a week. If anything wedding related comes up, I do the video that same day or the next day if I can. So that's gonna be what's next. So the next thing is that we're going to do is we're in the mix of looking for a florist. I've been using Thumbtack to contact florists. What it is that they're not sponsoring me. Don't worry, it's not a sponsor. It's that you type in what you need, and then they send out messages to all these florist people around, and then you explain what you want, and then they get back to you with the price, and if you like the price, you go to them, and so on. I used Thumbtack today for a makeup artist, trying to look for a makeup artist for me and the girls. I looked for florists. I looked for, what did I look for? Decorations place and stuff. I looked for, what else did I? And I looked for some, and transportation, you know, because I want like a shuttle bus, I want limo, I want a car, blah blah blah. So yeah, so then that was pretty cool. Then so that's what's gonna happen. So yeah, I'm going to come up with a lot of videos. When one thing happens, I will come on a video. When another thing happens, I'll make another video. So I've been talking for 30 minutes. So anyway, so I just want to let you guys know that we did find a photographer. Yes, I'm happy. That's off the list. Cha-ching. So we have venue, we have DJ, photographer, videographer. Next will be florists. Then it would be dresses. Then it would be, you know, mediocre stuff. After I get the dress, I feel like the big stuff is taken care of. So yeah, so I will talk to you guys later. I love you guys, you know that. If I don't make a video before Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day. I've been working on Valentine's Day, so me and my honey is going to go out on Friday for Valentine's Day, which is fine. I mean, it's what it is, because now I can't go out midnight to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, so I don't mind that. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, so I already know. So anyways, I will talk to you guys later. I'm just rambling now, and I will see you in the next video. Oh yeah, and if another wedding subscription box comes any day now, I will definitely come and make a video. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Love you guys.